The printer jammed again. Maya bent to pull the paper out. Her hands were steady, but her chest was not. "Why are you touching that?" Derek's voice cut across the office. She froze. "It's my station," she said. Derek stood behind her desk. Too close. His cologne smelled sharp like chemicals. "You don't get paid to fix machines," he said. "You get paid to do what you're told." "I was told to finish these invoices." He tapped the screen. "And you changed the numbers." "I corrected them," Maya said. "They were wrong." Silence spread. Chairs stopped moving. Someone coughed. Derek leaned in. "You don't correct management." "They were charging extra fees," she said. "That's not legal." He smiled, slow and thin. "You always use that word. Legal." Her phone vibrated in her pocket. Still recording. Derek's voice dropped. "Are you trying to get this company in trouble?" "I'm trying to do my job." "No," he said. "You're trying to be special." He pointed toward his glass office. "Come inside. Now." Maya walked. The hallway felt longer than usual. The door closed behind her. Derek sat. "You make people nervous," he said. "You ask questions. You send emails. You tell clients the truth. That's my job." He folded his hands. "Not here." Her heart beat once. "Hard. Then what do you want me to do?" He stared at her. "I want you quiet." Her phone vibrated again. Derek stood. "Or you're gone." Maya's fingers touched the record button. And outside the glass, 3 coworkers stopped and watched. Maya stood outside Derek's office with her hands behind her back. The glass wall showed him sitting in his chair. Relaxed. Waiting. A coworker whispered, "Good luck." Maya nodded once and stepped inside. "Close the door," Derek said. She did. He didn't look at her right away. He stared at his screen. "You know why you're here?" "No," Maya said. He smiled without warmth. "Don't play." "I'm not." He leaned back. "You changed the invoice system. I corrected the totals." "Same thing. They were charging people extra fees." He raised a brow. "And? That's not allowed." Silence. He stood and walked closer. "You don't decide what's allowed. I follow policy." He laughed. "Policy is flexible." Her chest tightened. "So is truth." His eyes narrowed. "You always make things heavy." "I make them right." He tapped the desk. "Clients don't want right. They want fast. They want fair." He stepped closer. "You're not a lawyer." "I don't need to be." He crossed his arms. "You make the team uncomfortable. By doing my job. By acting like you're better." "I never said that." "You don't have to." She felt heat in her face. "I emailed compliance because I was told to." "By who?" "Training." He waved his hand. "Training is theory. So the rules don't matter?" "Not when they slow us down." She swallowed. "Then why write them?" He leaned over the desk. "You ask too many questions." "Because answers matter." "No," he said. "Control matters." Her phone vibrated softly in her pocket. Derek's voice dropped. "You don't fit the culture here." "What culture?" "The one that doesn't cause trouble." "I didn't cause anything." "You exposed it." Silence pressed between them. "So this is about the email," she said. "Yes." "You're firing me for reporting fraud." "I'm firing you for attitude." "That's not true." He grabbed a folder. 3 complaints. She opened it. Blank pages. "These are empty." "Symbolic," he said. "Like your future." Her breath shook. "I worked here 3 years. And now you don't." "For honesty?" "For not knowing your place." Her jaw tightened. "My place is here." He shook his head. "Not anymore." She felt the words hit her chest. "You can't do this." "I just did." She whispered. "You know this is wrong." He said softly, "Wrong doesn't pay bills." Her phone vibrated again. She straightened. "Why are you really scared?" He froze. "Because if they listen," she said, "you're done." His voice hardened. "You don't threaten me." "I'm not." She pulled out her phone. Red dot glowing. "I recorded everything." His smile vanished. "You can't use that." "I can. This state." "One-party consent," she said. He took a step back. "You think this makes you safe?" "No," she said. "It makes the truth safe." He laughed once. "No one will care." She opened the door. Outside, coworkers stared. Maya raised her voice. "He fired me for reporting illegal charges." A gasp ran through the room. Derek rushed forward. "This is private." "No," she said. "This is pattern." A woman near the copier whispered. She told me about the fees. Another said, I saw the emails. Derek pointed. You're all on thin ice. Maya stepped forward. Not me. Security appeared. HR followed. Maya, the HR director said, come with us. Derek's face drained. Derek, she added, stay here. Maya walked out with her phone still recording. Her hands shook, but her voice did not. Maya sat in the small HR room with her phone on the table. The red light was off now, but her hands still felt warm from holding it. Across from her, the HR director folded her hands. Let's keep this calm, she said. Maya nodded. I am calm. You made a serious accusation, the director said. About Derek. I told the truth. We need facts. I have facts. She slid the phone forward. The director didn't touch it. Before we listen, she said, I need to understand something. What? Why didn't you come to HR first? I went to compliance. That's not the same. It's what training told me. The director tilted her head. Training says many things. So does Derek. A pause. The door opened. Derek walked in with another manager, Paul. Paul smiled too much. Maya. Tough day, huh? She said nothing. Derek, Saturday, I feel attacked, he said. By the truth? Maya asked. The director raised a hand. Let's not interrupt. Derek sighed. I was trying to coach her. By firing me? I warned her. You threatened me. Paul leaned forward. Maya, you need to understand how this looks. How it looks? An employee records a private meeting, then makes a scene. A scene, she said. You fired me. For attitude. For honesty. For being disruptive. For being black. The words came out before she could stop them. Silence. Paul cleared his throat. That's a strong claim. So is fraud. The director tapped the table. We will review the recording. When? Soon. Now, Maya said. Derek laughed. You think you're in charge? No, she said. I think the law is. Paul's smile faded. You're emotional. I'm precise. You don't see the full picture. I see what you did. Derek crossed his arms. She wants attention. I wanted fairness. Same thing to you. The director stood. This meeting is over. Am I fired? Maya asked. We are evaluating. Am I paid? No. So I'm fired. We call it leave. Without pay. Yes. Maya pushed back her chair. Then I'll go. Paul said softly. Think carefully. About what? About how loud you want this to be. She looked at him. Is that a warning? It's advice. She picked up her phone. Then here's mine, she said. Don't lie. She walked out. The hallway felt colder. People looked away. One man stared at his screen. A woman pretended to tie her shoe. No one spoke, except one voice. Maya. She turned. It was Lily, the intern. Lily held her phone like a shield. I saw him yelling at you. Maya nodded. I recorded him last week, Lily whispered. Maya blinked. What? He told me to hide refund requests. Maya's throat tightened. Did you save it? Lily nodded. Don't tell anyone, Lily said. They scare me. I know, Maya said. But this matters. Lily slipped her phone into Maya's hand. I trust you. Maya held it like glass. That night, Maya sat on her couch. Her sister paced. You need a lawyer. I can't afford one. You can't afford not to. Maya checked her email. One new message. From HR. Subject, clarification meeting. Her stomach dropped. Her sister read it. They want you back. They want control. The next morning, Derek stood by the coffee machine like nothing happened. When Maya walked in, his voice rose. Some people like drama. She walked past him. Paul watched from the corner. HR waited in the room again. This time, two men in suits sat inside. One had a badge. Compliance, he said. Maya felt air return to her lungs. We received a report, the man said. And a recording. Derek's face went pale. Paul spoke fast. This is a misunderstanding. The compliance officer raised a hand. Let's hear it. They played the audio. Derek's voice filled the room. Policy is flexible. You don't fit the culture. Control matters. No one spoke. The second man wrote notes. Paul's jaw tightened. Derek said, You're taking it out of context. Context was included, Maya said. The officer looked at her. Did anyone else witness similar behavior? Silence. Then the door opened. Lily stepped in. I did. Everyone turned. I recorded him too, she said. Paul stood up. You weren't invited. I was scared, Lily said. But I'm done. The officer nodded. Send us your file. She did. Derek's voice played again. Don't log the refund. It slows us down. The room changed. The officer said, This is no longer internal. Paul whispered, Let's talk privately. No, the officer said. We talk officially. Derek sank into his chair. Maya felt something crack inside her. Not fear. Relief. The HR director said softly, We may have made a mistake. Maya met her eyes. You did. The officer turned to Maya. We'll need more from you. I'll give it. Outside, phones buzzed. Emails flew. Derek's door closed. Locked. Paul walked past Maya. You just burned a bridge, he said. No, she said. I lit a light. Her phone vibrated. Unknown number. Text message. Are you the woman who exposed the billing fraud? She stared at the screen. Another text came in. I'm a reporter. We need to talk. Maya looked at the office. At Derek's empty chair. At Lily's shaking hands. Her phone vibrated again. They are trying to control the story. Don't let them. Maya typed one word. When? And as she hit send, HR called her name again. Maya, the director said. We need to discuss your future here. Maya stood. Her phone still buzzed in her pocket. And the room waited. Maya did not sleep. Her phone stayed on the nightstand like a second heart. Every time it buzzed, her body jumped. In the morning, she went back to the office. Not to work. To be watched. People whispered when she passed. She's the one. She recorded him. She ruined everything. She sat at her desk. No tasks. No login. Paul walked by. Stay professional, he said. I am. Don't talk to anyone. About what? He smiled. About feelings. She stared at her screen. The memory came back. Derek's voice. Control matters. She heard it everywhere now. In the way the door closed too hard. In the way managers stood too close. In the way silence felt like pressure. Lily slid into the chair beside her. They asked me questions, Lily whispered. Who? Compliance. HR legal. Maya nodded. They'll keep asking. They said I should have told someone sooner. Maya's chest tightened. They said that to me too. Lily rubbed her hands. I didn't want to be trouble. They call it trouble, Maya said. We call it truth. Paul appeared again. Maya, he said, conference room. Inside, 3 people waited. HR legal. Another manager she didn't know. Sit, HR said. Maya did. We are reviewing behavior patterns, legal said. Whose? Derek's. And yours. My pattern is honesty. That's your view. What's yours? Legal looked at notes. You escalate. I report. You don't let things go. Because they don't end. The unknown manager spoke. Do you feel targeted? Maya paused. I feel watched. By who? By power. HR sighed. Let's talk about past incidents. Maya felt the room close in. Last year, HR said, you disagreed with a supervisor in front of a client. She overcharged them. You corrected her publicly. She was wrong publicly. Legal said, you used the word illegal in an email. It was. You should have said concern. Concern doesn't protect customers. The manager leaned forward. You don't soften your language. Racism isn't soft, Maya said. Silence. HR said. Are you accusing the company? I'm describing it. They wrote. Legal asked. Has anyone else treated you unfairly? Maya thought of the jokes. Smile more. You're so serious. You're intense. She said. Yes. HR frowned. Those are subjective. So is attitude. The door opened. A man with a camera stood there. I'm looking for Maya Carter. Everyone froze. Paul rushed in. No press. I have permission, the man said. From who? The public. Maya stood. I'll talk. HR grabbed her arm. Not now. Now, Maya said. They stepped into the hall. I'm Thomas, the man said. Local news. He turned on his recorder. Why did you report your manager? Because he told me to hide illegal charges. Did he know you were recording? No. Why record? Because silence protects power. Paul shouted, this is unauthorized. Thomas kept filming. Did race play a role? Maya felt her throat tighten. Every time I spoke, she said. I was told to be quiet. Not for being wrong. For being loud with truth. Thomas nodded. Do you feel safe? She looked back at the office. No. The video went online by noon. Her phone filled with messages. Some kind. Some cruel. One said you deserved it. Another said, thank you for saying it. Her mother called. Come home. I can't. Why? Because then they win. The next day, HR sent an email. Subject, conduct reminder. It said, do not discuss internal matters externally. Maya laughed. They already did, she said to Lily. How? They blamed me. Paul passed. Careful, he said. About what? About burning bridges. Maya looked at him. Who built them? He didn't answer. In the break room, 2 workers whispered. He told me not to log refunds. He said it slows things down. Maya stepped closer. Will you say that? They shook their heads. They need this job. So do I, Maya said. They looked away. That night, Maya wrote everything down. Dates. Times. Voices. She saw the pattern. Not one man. A system. Derek spoke it. Paul protected it. HR polished it. Her phone buzzed. Thomas again. They're denying bias. Of course. They say you're unstable. Maya closed her eyes. They always say that. They put Derek on temporary leave. That's not justice. It's distance. Silence. Thomas said. Others are talking. Who? 2 former employees. Same story. Maya's chest tightened. They never call it racism, she said. They call it culture. The next morning she walked in. Derek's office was empty. His name still on the door. A sign read, out of office. Paul watched her. HR waited again. This time a new face sat at the table. Government auditor, he said. Maya's breath caught. We're reviewing billing practices. Paul smiled too fast. We welcome transparency. The auditor looked at Maya. You filed the first report. Yes. We need your timeline. She handed him her notebook. He flipped pages. This is detailed. It had to be. Paul said. We are cooperating fully. The auditor nodded. For now. HR cleared her throat. We also need to discuss Maya's role going forward. Paul said. She's disruptive. She's essential, the auditor said. The room went quiet. Paul's smile slipped. The auditor looked at Maya. You may have started something bigger than you. Maya felt fear rise. And hope. Paul stood. We'll handle this internally. The auditor stood too. No, he said. You won't. Outside, phones rang. Doors closed. Derek's name was taken off the door. Paul walked past Maya. This isn't over. Maya met his eyes. It never was. Her phone buzzed again. Unknown number. We worked with Derek before. Same thing happened. Can we talk? Maya stared at the message. More patterns. More voices. More truth. She typed back. Yes. And at that moment, HR opened the door again. Maya, the director said. We need you in the conference room. Now. Maya stood. Her phone in her hand. Her notes in her bag. And the system waiting. The interview room smelled like old coffee and dust. Maya sat under a bright lamp. Thomas checked his camera. Ready? He asked. No, she said. But go. The red light turned on. Why did you stay? He asked. At the company? Yes. Because quitting would have looked like guilt. And now? Now they can't pretend I vanished. He nodded. Tell me about Derek. He didn't yell, Maya said. He coached. That's how power hides. What do you mean? He said things like, be flexible. Don't make waves. Know your place. Thomas leaned forward. Did anyone protect him? Yes. Who? Everyone who liked the prophet. The video went live that night. The comments exploded. Some wrote she's brave. Others wrote she's lying. Her cousin sent a text, you're on TV. Her mother sent another, come home now. At work, the mood shifted. People didn't avoid her anymore. They watched her. Paul walked past slowly. Enjoying the spotlight, he said. I didn't ask for it. You made it. Truth did. HR called her into a meeting. Derek was not there. Paul was. 2 executives sat beside him. Maya. One said, we are concerned about your statements. I told what happened. You damaged trust. They damaged law. Paul spoke softly. You could have come to us. I did. Not like this. Like what? Like an enemy. Maya felt her hands curl. I was an employee. And now? I'm still one. Barely. The second executive leaned back. We placed Derek on temporary leave. For fraud. For conflict. Conflict with the law. With you. Maya stared. So he gets time off, she said. I get threats. Paul sighed. You're emotional. I'm exhausted. HR spoke. We want to resolve this. How? By moving forward. Without him. With him. In a different role. Maya stood. You're protecting him. We're protecting the company. Same thing, she said. They said nothing. Outside, Lily waited. They moved him to training, Lily whispered. So he can teach. So he can disappear. Maya's phone buzzed. Unknown number. I used to work there. Derek did the same to me. Another message came. They fired me after I complained. Maya typed back. Can you speak publicly? 3 dots appeared. Then stopped. In the parking lot, Thomas called. They issued a statement, he said. What does it say? That there is no evidence of racial bias. Maya laughed once. They listened to his voice. They said he was misunderstood. So am I. The next morning, a camera truck sat outside the building. Coworkers whispered. Paul walked fast. Maya felt eyes on her skin. At lunch, a woman she didn't know sat beside her. I'm Rachel, she said. Accounting. Hi. He told me to change numbers too, Rachel whispered. Will you say that? Rachel looked around. They have my kids' insurance. Maya nodded. I understand. Rachel slid a paper across the table. A copy of an email. Don't log refunds. Maya felt her heart pound. That afternoon, HR sent another email. Subject: clarification meeting mandatory. Her stomach turned. Again. Lily said. They want control. Inside the room, lawyers waited. Paul stood. We need to correct misinformation. What misinformation? Maya asked. That Derek targeted you because of race. He targeted me because I refused to lie. And because you're black, Maya said. The lawyer raised a brow. Can you prove that? Yes. She pressed play. Derek's voice filled the room. You don't fit the culture. Paul said. That's not racial. Maya said. Culture means who is safe. The lawyer nodded slowly. Public pressure is growing, he said. Good. We suggest mediation. With him? Yes. No. Paul's jaw tightened. You're making this worse. For who? For you. I already lost my job. You lost your safety. Maya felt a chill. Is that a threat? Reality. The door opened. Thomas stepped in. I'm sorry, he said, but I need a comment. No press, Paul said. Thomas raised his mic. Did the company retaliate? Maya looked at the camera. They moved the man who did it, she said. They kept the system. The clip went viral. That night, her sister called. They put your face everywhere. I didn't choose it. They're saying you hate them. I hate lies. Her sister was quiet. I'm proud of you, she said. Maya's eyes burned. The next morning, a letter waited at her desk. Notice of administrative review. Her hands shook. Inside, your position is under evaluation due to conduct. She walked to HR. So now you fire me twice? We're considering options, HR said. Like what? Like separation. For telling the truth. For going public. For being black. HR looked down. We don't discuss race. That's the problem. Her phone buzzed. Text from Thomas. The auditor wants to meet you. Today. Another message came in. Derek's lawyer contacted me. Her chest tightened. They're fighting back, Lily said. They always do, Maya said. HR stood. We need you in the executive conference room. Maya walked down the hall. Longer than usual. Inside, a long table waited. At the far end sat Derek. He looked smaller, but his eyes were sharp. He smiled. Miss me, he said. Maya stopped. Paul stood beside him. Let's clear the air, Paul said. Maya felt her pulse in her ears. Derek leaned forward. You really think you won? Maya didn't answer. The door closed, and the room held its breath. The door shut behind Maya with a soft click. The table was too long. The lights were too bright. Derek sat at the far end, hands folded. Paul stood near the wall. 2 executives watched from their phones. Sit, Paul said. Maya stayed standing. Let's clear the air, Derek said. You made this ugly. You did, Maya said. He smiled. See. Attitude. An executive spoke. We're here to resolve this. Resolve what? Maya asked. The misunderstanding. There is no misunderstanding, Maya said. You told me to hide illegal fees. Derek shrugged. I told you to be flexible. You told me to be quiet. You chose to be loud. Because people were being cheated. Paul stepped in. Maya, this is about process. It's about power. Derek leaned forward. You don't know how business works. I know how laws work. You think law protects you? He said. Law protects winners. Maya felt her jaw tighten. You fired me. For not fitting. For being honest. For being black, she said. The room went still. An executive cleared his throat. That's a serious claim. It's a true one. Derek laughed once. I hired her. You controlled her, Maya said. Until I didn't bend. Paul raised his hand. We will play the recording. A speaker clicked on. Derek's voice filled the room. Policy is flexible. You don't fit the culture. Control matters. He shifted in his chair. That's edited, he said. Maya looked at Paul. Play the rest. Paul pressed a button. Clients don't want right. They want fast. You exposed it. You should have kept quiet. Silence. An executive rubbed his face. Derek shrugged. Out of context. Maya spoke. Context is people paying extra. Paul said, this is still internal. Maya laughed softly. It's already public. Derek's eyes hardened. You like being famous? I like being fair. You like hurting the company. You heard it when you lied. Paul paced. We are considering mediation. With him? Maya asked. Yes. No. An executive leaned in. Maya, you can still work here. Under him. Under supervision. His. Management's. Maya shook her head. You don't want justice. You want quiet. Derek stood. See. She won't cooperate. Cooperate with fraud? With reality, he said. Your reality, she said. Not the laws. Paul stopped pacing. Enough. He looked at Maya. You've put us at risk. I reported risk. You embarrassed us. You broke rules. You bent them. He pointed. You recorded a private meeting. I recorded a threat. Prove it. She pressed play again. Or you're gone. Derek's voice echoed. An executive whispered. That sounds like retaliation. Derek snapped. It was discipline. For honesty, Maya said. For tone. For truth. Paul turned to Derek. Did you tell her to hide refunds? Derek hesitated. Maya felt the pause. He said, I told her to manage workload. Maya opened her bag. She slid Rachel's email onto the table. Then explain this. Paul picked it up. Don't log refunds. He swallowed. Derek said, that's not mine. Maya slid Lily's file next. Audio. It slows us down. Derek's voice. The executives shifted. Paul's face changed. Where did you get this? From your system, Maya said. From your people. Derek laughed weakly. People lie. Data doesn't, Maya said. Paul spoke quietly. We need a break. No, Maya said. You need a choice. Derek leaned close. You think you're winning. I think I'm done hiding. You will regret this. I already paid for it. Paul stood between them. Derek, sit. Derek did not. You ruined my team, he said. You trained them to cheat, Maya said. An executive whispered. We should call legal. Paul nodded. I'll handle it. The door opened. Thomas stood there with his mic. I'm sorry, he said. They told me to wait. Paul snapped. No press. Thomas raised the mic anyway. Maya, did the company retaliate? Paul blocked the camera. Get out. Maya spoke past him. They moved him, she said. They kept the system. Derek pointed. She's poisoning you. Thomas filmed. Did you fire her? He asked. Derek smiled. For attitude. For honesty, Maya said. Paul grabbed the camera. This meeting is closed. Thomas stepped back. Your lobby is full, he said. People are watching. Paul's phone buzzed. An executive's phone buzzed. Emails stacked. Paul read one. Compliance wants a full audit. Derek's jaw tightened. Paul read another. 2 former employees filed statements. Derek looked at Maya. You called them. They found me. Paul whispered, we're bleeding. Derek sat down slowly. You don't know what you started. Maya said, I started the truth. Paul turned to Maya. What do you want? Accountability. For him. For the system. An executive said, We can suspend Derek. For what? Maya asked. For review. For time, Derek said. Maya shook her head. Time protects him. Paul said, we can reassign you. Where? Compliance. So I can be watched. So you can help. So I can be silent. Paul's voice hardened. You don't trust us. You taught me not to. Derek stood again. You think law is on your side? Maya met his eyes. It already is. A knock hit the door. 3 slow taps. Paul opened it. 2 people stood there. Dark suits. Badges on chains. Federal auditors, one said. Paul's mouth opened. We have a warrant to review billing records. The second officer looked past him. And we need to speak with Derek. The room went still. Derek's face lost color. Paul whispered, Now, the officer said. Maya felt her chest rise. Not victory. Air. Derek backed away from the table. This is a mistake, he said. The officer held out a paper. Sir, please come with us. Paul tried to speak. The officer cut him off. Do not interfere. Derek looked at Maya. This isn't over. She said softly. It is. They took him by the arm. The door opened wider. Cameras flashed from the hall. Thomas's voice rose. Is the manager under investigation? Paul shut his eyes. Maya felt her hands shake. The officers stopped at the door. One more thing, the first said. He turned to Maya. You'll need to testify. Her stomach dropped. When? Soon. They walked Derek out. Paul stared at the empty chair. The executives stood in silence. Maya sat for the first time. Her phone buzzed. Text from Thomas. This just went national. Paul finally spoke. Maya, he said. This changes everything. She looked at the door. No, she said. It shows everything. And in the hall, the crowd grew louder. The hallway sounded like rain. Not water. Voices. Cameras clicked. Shoes scraped. Someone cried. Maya stood still while Derek was led away. His shoulders looked smaller now. His badge was gone. Paul didn't look at her. Everyone back to work, he said. No one moved. The auditors spoke quietly with HR. We'll need full access, one said. Paul nodded too fast. Of course. Maya walked to her desk. Her hands shook as she sat. Lily slid into the chair beside her. They took him, Lily whispered. For now, Maya said. For real. For truth. Paul passed again. Maya, he said. We need to talk. About what? About your role. My role is witness. You're still an employee. For now. He lowered his voice. Legal says you shouldn't speak to anyone. I already did. You could hurt the case. Or expose it. Same thing to us. Maya looked up. To you. He sighed. This isn't personal. It never is. HR sent another email. Subject, temporary protocol. All staff must submit expense logs for review. Rachel texted her. They're panicking. Maya typed back. Good. By noon, the office felt different. Like a room after a storm. People spoke in whispers. Managers avoided eye contact. 2 auditors sat in Derek's office. His name was gone. A blank strip on the door. Paul stood outside, arguing quietly. We handled this internally. The auditor replied. You hid it internally. Maya heard it from her desk. Her phone buzzed. Thomas again. They're calling it a systemic issue now. They should. They're looking at Paul. Maya looked up. Paul was still arguing. Lily leaned close. He's scared. He should be. Rachel passed by with a stack of papers. They're asking for everything, she whispered. Give it. I am. Her hands trembled. They're blaming Derek. They taught him, Maya said. That afternoon, HR called Maya again. This time no table. Just chairs. The auditor stood there too. We reviewed your notes, he said. They show a pattern. Maya nodded. Do you feel retaliated against? He asked. Yes. Can you explain? They took my pay. They isolated me. They warned me. HR said, we never threatened her. Maya looked at them. You said, think about how loud you want this. Silence. The auditor wrote. Paul walked in late. What's this? He asked. Accountability, the auditor said. Paul tried to smile. We are cooperating. You delayed, the auditor said. Because profit, Maya said. Paul turned. You should leave. The auditor raised a hand. No. She should speak. Maya stood. I didn't want to be a symbol, she said. I wanted to work. Paul said, you broke trust. You hid theft. HR looked away. The auditor said, we found missing refunds. Rachel gasped. Paul's face changed. How many? Maya asked. Thousands, the auditor said. The room held its breath. This isn't one manager, Maya said. It's a system, the auditor said. Paul's phone rang. He answered. Yes, now. He hung up. Legal wants me. The auditor nodded. Good. Paul walked out. Lily squeezed Maya's hand. I'm scared, Lily said. So am I. Outside, reporters waited. Maya walked past them. Thomas caught her. They found more, he said. They always do. They might charge him. Him or them? Both. Her sister called. They showed your face again. Did they show the fraud? Yes. Then it's worth it. That night, Maya sat alone. Her apartment felt too quiet. She replayed Derek's voice. Control matters. Her hands shook. She turned off the phone, then turned it back on. A message waited. They fired Paul. She stared. Another came. HR director resigned. Her chest tightened. Not joy. Relief. The next morning she returned. Paul's office was empty. Boxes stacked outside. Derek's name was gone. Paul's name too. The auditors stayed. New managers came. They spoke softly. Maya, one said, we need your help. With what? Understanding what went wrong. She laughed once. You already know. We need to fix it. Or hide it better? He didn't answer. Rachel whispered, they froze accounts. Lily whispered, they locked servers. Maya felt the weight. Not power. Cost. The auditor met her again. We will file charges, he said. Against Derek? And others. Her stomach turned. They'll say it's because of me. They'll say it was always happening. People will lose jobs. They already did, he said. Maya walked to the window. The city looked the same, but the office didn't. Thomas called. They want you live tonight. No. Why? I'm tired. People need your voice. They need the truth, she said. And you are it. She closed her eyes. I'll talk, she said. That night on screen, she said. I didn't break the company. The company broke the law. The comments flooded. Some angry. Some grateful. One said, you made them see. Another said, you ruined lives. She turned off the screen. The next morning, HR sent a new email. Subject, policy reform. We are committed to change. Maya read it twice. Words, she said. The auditor stood beside her. Change will cost them, he said. How much? Enough. Her phone buzzed. Unknown number. We're forming a class action case. We need you. Her breath caught. Another message. They want to settle quietly. 2 paths. Silence. Or fire. Maya looked at Lily. At Rachel. At the empty offices. She typed one word. No. She stood up. HR watched her. The auditor watched her. The office waited. Maya said out loud, we're not done. And somewhere inside the building, a system cracked. The building looked the same. The people did not. New faces stood at the front desk. Old names were gone from doors. Maya walked in slow. Not scared. Careful. Lily met her near the elevators. They're calling it a reform phase, Lily whispered. Who is? The new bosses. Maya nodded. Rachel got moved to another team. For what? For knowing too much. Maya felt a pull in her chest. They still punish truth, she said. Just quieter. In the break room, 2 men argued in low voices. We can't do that anymore. Why? Because now it's illegal. It was always illegal. Not for us. Maya poured coffee. It tasted burnt. A meeting notice popped up on her phone. Subject. Future role discussion. She sighed. Here we go. Inside the conference room, 3 people waited. A new director. A lawyer. An HR manager she had never seen. Maya, the director said. We want to thank you. For what? For bringing concerns forward. I did that before. We're listening now. Because cameras are. The lawyer smiled thinly. We are offering you a new position. Doing what? Ethics consultant. Maya blinked. You want me to teach you how not to cheat. We want you to help rebuild trust. With who? With customers. With staff. With me. Silence. You fired me, she said. We placed you on leave. Without pay. We corrected that. The lawyer slid a paper forward. A check. Maya stared at it. Not proud. Not relieved. Tired. And Derek, she asked. He's under investigation. And Paul? Also. And the system? We are updating policies. Paper doesn't change power. We are changing leadership. Maya leaned back. Why me? The director spoke carefully. You have credibility. I have trauma. HR shifted. We understand this has been difficult. It broke my sleep, Maya said. It broke my safety. The director nodded. This role is optional. And public. Yes. So you can say, look, she works here. We're good. The lawyer said, we want transparency. Maya looked at the window. People walked below. Normal lives. Give me time, she said. They nodded. Outside, Thomas waited. They offered you a job, he said. Who told you? Someone always does. She didn't smile. They want my face. They want your voice. They want quiet. Thomas shook his head. They're scared. They should be. Her sister called that night. Are you okay? I don't know. Did you win? I don't know. Silence. Her sister said, I saw you on the news. What did they say? That you stood up. Maya closed her eyes. I sat down, she said. And they hated it. The next day she met the auditor one last time. They'll be charged, he said. Who? Derek. 2 managers. Maybe more. And the company? Fines. Oversight. Is that justice? It's a start. She nodded. Will they protect me? He hesitated. We'll try. Try felt thin. At work, a memo went out. Zero tolerance policy. Lily showed it to her. They mean it. They mean they got caught. Rachel texted. They asked me to sign a statement. Maya replied. Tell the truth. Another text came in. They offered me money to stay quiet. Maya felt her stomach twist. What did you say? I said no. Maya breathed. Good. In the hallway, a man Maya didn't know stopped her. You cost my friend his job. What did he do? He did what he was told. Then tell him to tell the truth. The man walked away. That night, Maya couldn't sleep. She saw Derek's face. Paul's smile. The room with the long table. She heard the words again. Know your place. Her hands shook. She got up. Sat on the floor. Breathed. Not victory. Survival. The next morning, HR called again. We need your answer. Maya walked into the room. Same table. Different people. I'll take the role, she said. They smiled. But on my terms. Which are? Public process. Independent review. No quiet deals. The lawyer frowned. That may slow things. Good. The director nodded slowly. We agree. Maya looked at HR. And Lily keeps her job. And Rachel doesn't get moved again. The director paused. Agreed. Maya felt her chest lift. Not light. Less heavy. Outside, Thomas raised his mic. Why stay? He asked. So they can't erase what happened, Maya said. So you trust them now? No, she said. I watch them. At lunch, Lily hugged her. You're brave. Maya shook her head. I'm tired. But you're here. So are you. In the afternoon, a news alert popped up. Former manager charged in billing fraud case. Maya stared at it. Derek's photo. Old smile. She felt nothing. Then something. Then tears. In the bathroom, she let them fall. Not for him. For herself. For the nights she couldn't breathe. For the room that tried to break her. Rachel knocked. They're settling, she said. With who? With customers. And employees? They asked us to join a case. Maya nodded. We will. That evening, she walked past Derek's old office. The door was open. Empty. No chair. No name. Just light. She thought of the first day. The printer jam. The invoice. The word legal. Her phone buzzed. Unknown number. Thank you for saying it. I was scared to. She typed back. You don't have to be alone. At home, her sister visited. You look different. How? Like someone who knows the cost. Maya sat. I didn't want to be strong. I wanted to be safe. Her sister took her hand. Sometimes it's the same fight. On TV, a panel talked about the case. They exposed a culture of silence, one said. Another said, she went too far. Maya turned it off. The next morning, she stood in front of a small group of employees. Her first day as consultant. They looked nervous. She felt it too. I'm not here to punish, she said. I'm here to protect. One man raised a hand. From who? From power without rules, she said. They listened. Outside, reporters waited. Inside, the system tried to learn. Maya felt the weight again. Not of fear. Of responsibility. Her phone buzzed. Text from Thomas. Final hearing is next week. Will you testify? She typed. Yes. She looked at the room. At Lily. At Rachel. At the new faces. At the old silence. And she thought, this is not the end. It is the scar. And the proof. The conference room smelled like lemon cleaner and old carpet. Maya sat with her hands folded on the table. Across from her, Mr. Dalton adjusted his tie. He did not look at her. 2 HR officers sat at the far end. A lawyer in a gray suit opened a laptop. Let's begin, the lawyer said. This is an internal review. Maya breathed in. Her chest felt tight. Dalton spoke first. She was insubordinate, he said. She recorded me without permission. Maya lifted her eyes. You fired me for telling the truth, she said. Dalton's jaw tightened. I fired you for attitude. The HR woman cleared her throat. Maya, we will hear your side. Maya nodded. She pressed play. Dalton's voice filled the room. People like you should learn to stay quiet. The sound was sharp. It cut the air. The HR man shifted in his chair. Dalton stood up. This is out of context. Maya spoke fast. You said it after I asked about the missing pay. Dalton pointed. She provoked me. The lawyer raised a hand. Sit down, Mr. Dalton. Dalton sat. The next clip played. If you push this, you won't work here again. Silence. The HR woman whispered. That sounds like a threat. Maya's heart raced. Dalton laughed once. You're twisting words. Maya leaned forward. You told me to know my place. Dalton snapped. I manage this store. Maya's voice shook. You don't own me. The lawyer typed fast. The HR man asked. Did you deny her payroll records? Dalton hesitated. I don't recall. Maya played another clip. I don't need to show you anything. You should be grateful you work here. The room went still. Dalton rubbed his face. The lawyer closed the laptop. Mr. Dalton, did you fire her after this exchange? Dalton said nothing. The HR woman asked, answer the question. Dalton muttered, yes. Maya swallowed. Her hands were cold. The HR man looked at her. Maya, were there witnesses? Yes, she said. 2 co-workers. Names. She gave them. The lawyer nodded. We interviewed them this morning. Dalton's eyes widened. They both confirmed your tone, the lawyer said. They also confirmed you locked the office door. Dalton stood again. That's a lie. Maya whispered. You blocked the exit. Dalton stared at her. You're trying to ruin me. Maya met his eyes. You already did. The HR woman folded her hands. This review is about misconduct. Dalton said, she broke policy. The lawyer replied, policy does not excuse discrimination. Dalton's voice rose. I never said anything racist. Maya played the last clip. Girls like you don't question managers. The word girls hung heavy. The HR woman winced. Dalton's face turned red. The lawyer said quietly, that is coded language. Dalton laughed again. You people are too sensitive. Maya stood up. Her knees shook. You fired me in front of customers, she said. You called me difficult. You told me to smile when I cried. Dalton looked away. The HR man spoke. Mr. Dalton, we are placing you on leave pending termination. Dalton froze. What? The HR woman added. We are also forwarding this case to corporate legal. Dalton's mouth opened. You can't do that. The lawyer said, we already did. Maya's chest loosened. Just a little. Dalton pointed at her. This is her fault. Maya said softly. You made the choice. The door opened. 2 security guards waited. Dalton's shoulders fell. He walked out without another word. The room felt empty. The HR woman turned to Maya. We are offering reinstatement. Maya shook her head. I don't want that job back. The HR man nodded. You will receive compensation. Maya closed her eyes. She felt tired. The lawyer said, your recording protected you. Maya whispered, it almost broke me. The HR woman stood. We will revise management training. Maya stood too. Will it change? She asked. The HR woman paused. It has to. Maya walked out. The hallway looked brighter than before. Her phone buzzed. A message from her coworker. They fired him. Maya leaned against the wall. She slid down. Her breath came out in a rush. Outside, reporters waited. Microphones rose. "Why did you record him?" one asked. Maya said, "Because no one listened." "Are you afraid?" another asked. She thought of the office door. The locked handle. "I was," she said. But silence was worse. The crowd murmured. A camera light flashed. That night, Maya sat on her bed. Her phone buzzed again. A new message. "Unknown number. You think you won." Her heart jumped. Another message followed. "You don't know what's coming." Maya stared at the screen. Her hand shook. Outside, sirens passed. She whispered to herself, "I told the truth." The phone buzzed again. A final message. "This isn't over." Maya turned off the screen. The room went dark. Her breath slowed. Somewhere a door had opened. But another one was waiting.